always the best moments of insight. Like, I was just thinking about it then, and you know those these paradoxical steps. Penrose. They're Penrose steps.
Oh, right.
Anyway, I was thinking about it, and it's, you know, it's like you're walking or running or whatever. And then you get to the top of the stairs, and then you have to make your way down. But then when you're down, you then have to walk up the stairs again. So it's like you're stuck in a circle or a square.
Sounds kind of depressing.
Yeah, well, if you think about it that way, then yeah, it does. But it reminds me of what's his name? This basketball coach. He said, "Success is the first step to disaster. You get to the top of the stairs, and then the only way forward is down."
It's just like this type of thing. Every time we talk about this, I always just feel stuck, you know?
I don't think you have to, though. It's really about perspective. If you look at it like the stairs going down are not stairs but a slide instead, you get to the bottom quickly, and then from there you're able to go up the stairs again, and then maybe at the top you can go up even further. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree.
Come on. You know I have this gift of sounding like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just thinking aloud.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I think it's like that, and it depends on how I'm feeling or what's going on in between. So, like when Roy and I happened, it didn't feel like it was a slide after that, you know? Or maybe it was a slide, but the slide just kept going down, and there wasn't a stop, you know? So it is kind of like that downward staircase, but just faster and more unforgiving.
I sort of have, you know, something like that. I kind of just take the shit that happens to me, and I kind of see it afterwards as an upward staircase, give or take an exception or two.
Gotta get back on that horse though, hey?
Yeah, back on the saddle, man.
I started to realize how inconsequential what we were doing really was. I mean, at first I thought I knew it was really bad, yet still did it as some sort of reckless youth ideal. And then I thought I was dealing with the repercussions of doing something morally bad. But ultimately we're just a bunch of cave people fucking and eating. Of course you want to try and love the people in your life and avoid damage to others when you can, but if it happens, it happens. And you move past it in a way that tries to minimize harm on the self and others. Now I'm not necessarily saying that you should go and spread your seed everywhere behind your partner's back. What I'm saying is that things do go wrong at an individual level, but they also go wrong at a cosmic level. And in both instances, there are corrections that are made to the grand scheme afterwards. You try to learn a lesson and you move forward. What if I was your soulmate? And in fact, it wasn't a mistake. Sure, we could have gone about it differently in that scenario, but I don't think we can look back on our mistakes and view them as some overwhelming, life-threatening curse that we have to live with forever. To live with only the potential for regretting your actions so as to never being able to act would be to barely live at all.
This house is still a shithole, but it's still healthier than the apartments I've been in.
What do you mean?
I just remember not having any debt, not having to worry about putting other people before me. Not that I worry about putting other people first, you know. Just being able to prioritize my passion, not having to worry about where I am or what I'm doing.
I guess that's kind of cool, but still a nice breeze in here though.
Yeah, it's a nice breeze. I just feel so far into this fucked up hyperloop of social control that I can't get away from the influence of, even if I tried. It's like I keep saying yes to things that I think will push me forward. I just don't take notice of how rough the current is. I'm drowning, man. It's not romantic at all.
What do you think would happen if you drowned?
But drowning in real life is quite painful. But I think the question I need to ask myself is, am I even at high seas? Or am I in some giant swimming pool where if I stop trying to stay afloat, I'll realise that my feet are firmly on the ground? And I guess I need to ask myself if I want to stay in or not.
Well, you probably start pruning eventually.
I missed you, man.
I miss you too. To say goodbye to one another. I mean, it's not as if either of us died or went off for some grand conquest, you know? I mean, we've been in the same city this entire time.
Is that even the right question to ask?
Come on. What else am I supposed to ask? Is it really better to have loved and forgotten in pursuit of passion than to have loved and eventually loathed?
You're still focused on romantic maxims, I see. What do you think was said about the Chinese monk Ning Yi, who performed self-immolation? He has entered the fiery samadhi.
What does that mean?
It means he prioritized his mind before his body.
Now he's romanticizing things.
Come on, think about it. I'm not even upset with you now. You left me, not because you didn't love me, and not because I didn't love you. We were locked in universal entanglement. what you had on the side was eventually forgivable. Looking back, I even liked her. But that was never the issue, and we both knew that. The issue, such is the same with many others, is that the desires of the body are put before the passions of the soul. For many before us and many after us, the soul catches up to the body far too late to exercise any freedoms. That is where the true tragedy lies.
But where does the heart, where does that fit in with all this? I know it's just a biological impulse and all, and probably the soul is as well, but surely you've got an answer for that too.
Your heart is yours to barter with. Mine strengthened after you. You were kind to me, despite everything. Others, not so much. But ultimately, your passions came to you before it was too late. And that is what matters most to me. Now lay with me a while. It's a beautiful evening.